Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Well, in this video, we will learn about code switchings, and last week we have learned about code mixings that explained by Unis Abdul Ghani, and now we are talking about code switchings. What is the definitions of code switchings? Code switching here is a phenomenon where people switch their language to another language. It means when people switch their language to another language, like people switch from Indonesia to English. And code switching defined as a variety of language that is used in conversations, which consists of two or more language and used in the level of sentence. So it is a difference with code mixing. Code mixings occurs between level word or phrase, but in code switchings occurs in the level of sentence. Code switching here become a trend in society when they interact with other people. It's commonly used by teenagers when they interact with others. So people change one code to another, or they speak from one language to another language. So code switching can arise from individual choice or be used as a major identity marker for a group of speakers who must deal with more than one language in their common pursuits. So this is example of code switchings. This example Indonesia with English, right? So aku barusan pindah apartment, so I thought why not to do a room tour selama apartemennya masih agak bersih. So this example use Indonesia first and switch to English and switch again to Indonesia. Okay. This is the difference between code switchings and code mixing. Code switching between two language back and forth, just like a squirrel jumps between two trees. And code mixing using one primary language but mixing in word or ideas from another, just like a squirrel sits on a tree and eats an acorn from another tree. This is and it is the difference between code switchings and code mixings. You can see in this video. And next type of code switchings. According to Poplak, classify code mixing into three types as follow. For the first, text switchings. Nah, text switching refers to the additions of a tag in one language into a statement that is completely in another language. So, example, bekal udah, PR udah, gak ada yang ketinggalan kan? Oke, sisanya you have fun ya, promise? And the second type is intersentential code switchings. Intersentential switching occurs at clause or sentence boundary, word or phrases at the beginning or end of sentence. So intersentential occur at beginning or end of sentence in each clause or sentence from one dialect or the other. It switches from one language to another within sentence. So intersentential code switching here occurs within a sentence, and there is the example of intersentential code switchings. Aduh, kok kamu lucu banget sih? Ya nggak apa-apa, tapi kayak you are too sweet. And last type is intrasentential code switchings. Intrasentential switchings happen between the same sentence from single morpheme to clause level. The switching appear in the middle of utterance by no interference, hesitations, or stop to be a sign or a shift. There is a third type of code switchings by Poplak theories, and next Swito here. In other hand, Swito mentions and classify code switching into two types. There are internal code switching and external code switchings. Internal code switchings is a form of switching that occurs between similar language in which speakers move from one language to another, such as from Indonesia to Japanese or vice versa from Japanese to Indonesia. So internal code switchings it occur with same language, like Indonesia with Madura's language, or Indonesia with Javanese language, Sundanese language, and etc. As example of internal code switching is Sapurane mas kalau kopine mboten selerane Mas Jafar. It is example of internal code switchings. And next is external code switchings. External code switching here is a form of dissimilar language transfer in which speaker change their language to another form of language, like a people switch their nation's language to foreign language. So it is different with internal code switchings. External code switchings is when people switch with their nations with a foreign language, like Indonesia switch to English. It is example, nungguin aku ya. Okay, I'm going up. So it is the type of code switching by Swito, internal code switchings and external code switchings. So the functions and reason of code switchings. There are six functions and reason of code switchings. First is to show identity with a group, to stress the fact that they all belong to this group. So seconds, like of facilities, which when they cannot find an appropriate expressions of vocabulary items. These functions is the use of code switching is to appropriate expressions, or we cannot find the vocabulary items in that language. And next, lack of register, when speakers are not equally competent into language. And next, to attract attentions, shows that code switching is used to attract the attentions of the readers or listeners. And number fifth, language switch from A to B can signal disapproval. We switch to express anger using different style of English. And the last is used for amusement and dramatic effect by telling joke, for expressing emotions. And thank you. That is the definitions, type, and functions of code switching that has explained by me. So I hope you can get my point in this video. So I think enough for my presentations today. Thank you very much, especially for my lecture, Miss Jaftiyatur Rohaniah, M.Pd, and also all of the students from 7th semester. Thank you very much for your nice attentions. Last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you in the next time.